How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to get the most out of Mesut Ozil. Although the tips and tricks that I will be providing in this video are going to be mostly related to Ozil, they can be related to any player on Football Manager 2016. So whether you're managing a club in the lower league or obviously a massive club like Arsenal, then yeah, the same tactics and tips and tricks are going to be applied. If you do have any comments on this subject, then please do leave your comments below. And if this video does help you, then please do leave a like, as it really does help the channel. So here we go. Yeah, so clearly Ozil is a massive talent on Football Manager, and finally I think he's starting to show that in real life for Arsenal. His first season at Arsenal didn't exactly set the world on fire, so I'm glad that he is actually managing to do quite well this season at Arsenal. So if we have a look at his attributes, you can see here that his technical attributes and his mental attributes are obviously going to be his kind of main things. He does have some pretty decent physical attributes as well, like acceleration 14 and his pace is 13, but you know, his physical attributes aren't exactly going to be his main kind of selling points. It's all going to be about his technical and his mental attributes. One of the best things that you can do, so on Football Manager 2016, if you click on the profile, it's all been changed around now so that you can kind of see a lot more better information here. So we can see here that his best role and duty is going to be as an advanced playmaker. I think when you are having a look at tactics and things like that, it's obviously really important you kind of, you know, understand exactly what that role can do. So if I click on here and then go to advanced playmaker, so obviously we can have it on the support or the attack duty. But if we have a real quick read of this, so the advanced playmaker can operate in the central midfield, attacking midfield or wide forward positions. The advanced playmaker aims to drop into holes between the opposition's midfield and defence, making himself available for teammates, passes and aiming to turn defence into attack in an instant. So if we have a look at the attack duty, the advanced playmaker on attack will look to run at the defence from deeper positions, aiming to craft out crosses or through ball opportunities as he moves into the final third. On the support duty, he's going to stay in the position basically, and he's going to look to spray passes to support players and other forward players. So, okay, so if we leave it on the attack duty just for now, for Mesut Ozil, the best thing that we can have a look at is obviously his flair, his dribbling ability. Where is dribbling? Dribbling is 18, and yeah, obviously he's got really good technique, got fantastic vision. You know, I did mention his pace, but I think when he's a little bit advanced further forward in the sort of attacking, you know, more attacking kind of role, I think it's going to certainly be better for him to be just kind of running at the opposition and causing havoc basically. He's certainly got the flair, he's got the technique, brilliant first touch, excellent dribbling. You know, anticipation, decision making are at 18 on both of them as well. So yeah, I think if we switch it here to the attack duty, we can see that it will make a lot more of his dribbling, anticipation and decision making, so, and off the ball 20 as well. So for me, you know, he's got absolutely everything perfect. The lowest attribute he's got is 16 if you highlight the key attributes for the attack duty on the advanced playmaker, and that's for his teamwork. So obviously teamwork is obviously, you know, where he's going to be passing the ball to other players, you know, getting other players involved, and 16 is not exactly low in the slightest, but yeah, everything else is like 18 and above for that position. So in terms of making the most out of Mesut Ozil, I would suggest having him on the attack duty. So another thing that would be really good to have a look at is his preferred moves. So we can see here that he does try to you know, use killer balls quite often. He will come deep to get the ball. He will play 1-2s, and he will look to pass rather than attempting to score. Now that is quite a good preferred move for Mesut Ozil because his long shots is only 11, so not exactly the highest. So certainly it is going to be better for him to pass rather than attempting to score, because yeah, he's finishing, although 12 and 11, you know, they're not exactly low, but he's certainly, his kind of like passing and things like that is going to be much better for him to pass the ball. I'm really just having a look here at the plays 1-2s as the preferred move. So I think what I would probably do if I was Arsenal, I would look to have a, yeah, like a target man, probably someone like Mesut Ozil, because they're going to be good at like just making space and basically just like, you know, laying it off for other, yeah, look, so they're looking to bring other teammates into play rather than relying on technical ability. So I think if you had someone like Olivier Giroud up there by himself as a target man, I think that would be really good to make the most out of Mesut Ozil, because Mesut Ozil will be looking to, you know, play 1-2s and things like that. I could quite imagine Olivier Giroud kind of holding the ball up. You know, Mesut Ozil will be running off of Giroud. You know, you're going to be having maybe, I don't know, whoever on the right, like a Sanchez probably running down the right, and whoever else at left wing kind of laying the ball off and try and get into good position. So I think where you can have, you know, Mesut Ozil just trying to like run at the forwards, he's going to be using Olivier Giroud as a target man. So he'll be passing the ball to Giroud. Giroud will be holding it up, and then Ozil will be running forward, and then Giroud can sort of like lay it off, yeah, back to Giroud. So I think that's a really, really good thing to have a look at, guys. Certainly make the most of the preferred moves. So, you know, if he's going to be looking for them killer balls, what you're going to be having, especially for Arsenal, is Sanchez probably bombing it down the right wing. You know, you could even have Theo Walcott cutting in as an inside forward, maybe from the left wing or something like that. Yeah, he's going to be just looking to get on the ball as much as possible, and especially playing them 1-2s, that's going to be absolutely brilliant thing to do. I think as well, if you're having a look at tactics, so if you, for any player, guys, you really do need to be obviously having a look at their key attributes. Now we know that in terms of, you know, what role to use him as, it's certainly going to be that's where he's most comfortable. And, you know, instead of supporting, you're going to be making the most out of him in an attacking sense. But we can see here that his passes, yeah, his first touch, dribbling, technique are his like higher technical attributes. In terms of mental attributes, they're all pretty high. But obviously with vision of 20, anticipation and decision making, you know, we do really need for him to be making the most of them killer balls often. So if we have a look at the tactics and then we click on player, if we click here, so obviously we need him to yeah, shoot lefts often. That's really, really good. He's going to be dribbling more, which is perfect for Ozil. And yeah, we do want him to do more risky passes. So that was the one that I did want to be looking out for, is making sure that he is doing more risky passes. We can have a look in here and just have a look at, see what other things that we can yeah, get him to do. So obviously we know that one of his kind of preferred moves is for him to move into the channel. So yeah, so it's asking for him to find players between opponents and pull away in such a manner that a teammate can find him when a pass, with a pass that turns, yeah, so it's drawing defenders out of position, which I think is obviously going to be pretty decent. So if we are going to be using Theo Walcott as a, yeah, like an inside forward, what we're going to be looking to do, guys, is making Ozil move into the channels, just so that he can draw defenders out of position, and then that's going to give a lot more room for, you know, Theo Walcott on the left hand side, maybe as like an inside forward, or Sanchez on the right hand side of the midfield, maybe probably using him as a winger. But we're going to be using Ozil's preferred move of yeah, going into the channels, and we're going to tell him to do that just so that he can kind of move around and basically do what he wants. But as part of that, when he is moving into the channels, he's going to be like disrupting the opposition's defense and things like that. So I would certainly do that as well, because I think that's going to be a really, really massive thing. Obviously off the ball, he's got 20, so he knows exactly where to be. He's always, well, pretty much always going to be in the right position at the right time. He knows he can anticipate the game, and his decision makings are that high that, you know, he's going to be in the right place basically. And, you know, from this kind of position, he's going to be sort of floating around here. He's going to be dropping deep to get the ball, and like I said, he is going to be passing it up to Olivier Giroud, just so that Giroud can hold up the ball. So if you imagine, this is what Ozil's basically going to be doing, is kind of like hovering around these positions. Probably when we haven't got the ball, he's going to be kind of like drifting out to here. And if we pretend that this marker here is one of the defenders, they're going to be pulled out here, which is obviously going to allow someone like Walcott just to cut inside here. Hopefully you can see this on the video, but yeah, that's the basic movement that we're going to be looking for. Obviously he is going to be dropping deep as well, so yeah, we can, you know, get him to pick up the ball as quickly as possible and just look to lay it off. So yeah, I'm going to call this the end of the episode, guys, but basically for any player that you are kind of like using in your team, what you need to be just making a look at is their key attributes. So if you're managing like a non-league team, it really does not matter on their attributes, so long as you're making the most out of their best attributes. So if you have, you know, if you've got a midfielder who's got passing of 12 and you're at like a non-league team, but that is his best attribute, you need to make sure that you are picking a role and a duty that's going to make the most out of his best attributes. I really can't stress that enough. So yeah, a winger with I don't know, long shots of 15, just a kind of freak attribute. You know, because it's going to be his best attribute, you do need to make the most out of the best attributes, basically. And obviously when you are kind of creating tactics and things, you do need to be looking at their best preferred moves and just make the most of their preferred moves, and just make sure that you're taking advantage of the players' preferred moves. So yeah, like I said, guys, if this has helped you, please do leave a like. Yeah, really does support the channel. And yeah, we'll be back soon for some more Football Manager 2016 videos.